and welcome back to Love All Beauty. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I'm so happy that you're joining me today. I'm excited for today's video. We are going to be doing a Valentine's Day inspired eye look, kind of pink and red. And more importantly, I'm going to be using my favorite palette at the moment, which is the Celestial Divinity by PatMcGrathLabs. It's amazing. So before we jump into it, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that. You can hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time that I upload a video, which will be every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. You can also check me out on social media. On Instagram, it's at loveall.beauty. I post other, makeup looks that I put together. I've been getting into posting reels. It's a good time if you want to join me over there. I'm also on Twitter. And yeah, I hope to see you guys all there. All right, let's jump in. Let's do it. So I already have my base makeup done, as you could probably tell. I always feel like it looks so weird when you have a full face on, but yet no eye makeup. At least for me, because, I don't know, my eyelashes and everything are so light. I, of course, had to do pink and red clips because, hello, that's what we're doing. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be using the PatMcGrathLabs Celestial Divinity. Look at this amazingness. Today, I thought we would use, let's see if I can read off some of these. So we're going to be using Venusian Orchid, which is kind of like this mauve pink tone in like the transition shade or like crease area. And then we'll probably use also a little bit of Venomous Void, which is just like a little bit of a deeper kind of maroon shade. And then I thought for the shimmer today, we would use a little bit of this pink shifter shade here, as well as the red down here. The key to any good eye look is to use good quality shadows, ones that are going to give you the pigmentation payoff and also be blendable for you. You shouldn't have to work that hard at blending your shadows. Yes, it can be a little bit time consuming, but you shouldn't have to really finesse or work that eyeshadow. It should be able to just blend across your eyelid fairly seamlessly. And there are plenty of drugstore options and high-end options for eyeshadows. I would say if you're starting out and you may be a little shy with doing brighter colors, just stick with getting neutral palettes. Like I've talked about before, e.l.f. offers some really good options for eyeshadows, and they offer a good color range for not a lot of money. You can get those brighter shades if you want to test the waters out. I did already lay down a base on my eyelids, so I just am going to start here with that lighter pink shade that I showed you. And I'm just going to start kind of packing it in this corner here. Now I have a bit of a hooded eyelid. I don't have a lot of eyelid space to work with. So what I mean by that is if I'm looking straight ahead at you, you really can't see a lot of my eyelid space. What I have to do essentially is when I'm applying a crease shade, I tend to blend it a little bit higher above my crease. That way you can actually see some of the color that I'm laying down. Now, some of you may be blessed to have larger eyelid space and you may not have to do that. Just kind of do what you're comfortable doing. So again, just packing this right into the corner with this kind of smaller blending brush. I like using something like this just because it's easier for me to handle. Kind of hold it on the tip here so that way you're not you know, jamming out your eyeball here. And then just blend it here. I'm gonna keep this portion of the video in real time, just that way you guys can actually see how long it takes to blend out these looks. It's a lot of going back and forth. See how we're looking there. Take a bigger blender brush and just going to do the same type of thing, just go on this edge with nothing on it, and just kind of blow out, as they call it, the outer edge there. I'm hoping this is kind of in focus for you guys and not blurry. One of the things they don't tell you when you're filming YouTube is, you know, you're used to just being able to look at the mirrors and do whatever, but you kind of have to change your angle of application. You know, just one of the many delightful things to get used to, I suppose. So again, just going in with that lighter color, just kind of build it up to your desired shade, I guess, which I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So I'm gonna actually go in with that darker maroon shade right here and focus it more on this outer portion to just kind of deepen that up a bit. I'm just gonna use the same brush as that lighter shade. And you can kind of tap off any excess you've got going on here and just tap it on there. And like I said, for me, it almost bodes well to have the mirror below you, or at least have my mirror below me, because it's harder to see my crease if I'm just holding it, you know, straight up in front of me. So if I'm looking down, I'm able to really see that crease better. So that way I'm not ending up with any like bald spots basically in my eyeshadow. Looking good here. Now, once you kind of get the hang of blending and laying down these like transition shades and these darker shades, you get much quicker at it. I would be much quicker if I weren't filming a video and also talking to you guys. The biggest portion, like I said, the biggest time-consuming thing is just making sure you're blending out those edges. I mean, you don't want to just lay down a color super fast and then have it be like hunky-chunky in certain areas. You just want it to have that nice, seamless, airbrushed look. I'm hoping I'm explaining this well for all of you. My plan here is to apply a lighter metallic on this inner portion and then the red shade closer to this outer edge here. For metallics and shimmers, I honestly just like using my finger. That's your best way to get the best color payoff, the best shine payoff when applying this type of shadow. This shade is called Cosmik. It's kind of pink and orange at the same time, which is kind of cool. All right, so I'm just gonna apply that right on this center, or I'm sorry, the inner portion. And I'm applying it pretty much right up to that transition shade. And this is apply as much as you want to. There's no rules. This red part is going to be quite the jump in color. So what I'm gonna do there is again just pat that on the lid. So pretty. Love it. I just keep applying these stripes to the back of my hand. I need to get like a towel or something. So yeah, that looks really cool. Love the way that looks. Okay, so rather than leave it so you can kind of see the different areas, it's almost like stripes, you're gonna kind of want to blend that out a little bit to kind of connect and to make a more seamless transition between those three shades, because we have the glitter pink, we've got the red, and then we've got that deeper shade on the outside. So I'm actually going to go in again with that like deeper maroon shade and just pat that kind of over top of that red, just on that outer edge, and then carry it through the transition or crease. Okay, then I'm going to take another brush, preferably a cleaner one that doesn't have stuff all over it. And I'm gonna actually use the brush in the shimmer. And I'm just gonna pat that along the line between the red and the pink. And then I'm gonna use my finger a little bit too. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and apply some eyeliner. You can do as big of a wing as you want to do. She went big. Yeah, she did. I feel like we can be dramatic. I'm also going to be applying lashes today. This is a Stila All Day liquid liner, by the way. I'm actually going to add a little bit of an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to use my Dior Glow Backstage palette here. There's a pink shade in here that I'm just going to dabble on this inner corner here. Just to add even more drama, because why not? Why not? Let's curl the lashes. A little bit of torture. I want to know who invented the eyelash curler. I wonder if it was a dude. I like to apply mascara before I apply my lashes. And I usually do a couple of coats. That way there isn't a huge difference in the lashes that I'm putting on and then my natural lashes. And we'll just kind of let it dry. Ooh! I have my little fan. Oh, I love this thing. It actually really came in handy. I'm gonna talk like Darth Vader. I put on some false lashes the other day and I used this to dry the glue and it worked so well. So I use it for everything. All right, let's do another coat. Let's apply some lash glue. These are the Ardells. They're the Studio Effects number 232s. It's hard to find lashes for me because, again, I don't have a lot of space between my lashes and my eyebrow. Lashes can look super overwhelming on my eye. I have to be very careful at what ones I'm using. I also have to be careful with what glue I'm using. I had a terrible incident where I used a glue that came with a lash that I had bought on a trip to Vegas, and it was horrifying. Like, by the end of the night, my eye was almost like swollen shut because it was just so irritated. Sorry if you guys hear my little fan. I'm just drying the lash glue. I only use duo glue because I know that that won't irritate my eye. That was a very traumatizing experience for me. I know my mom was really traumatized because she was with me and she just kept looking at me throughout the night like, oh, oh, like we gotta get you some eye drops. Sorry, Mom. Let's apply, shall we? I'm gonna use this little mirror on the palette. I kind of place them there and then I use my tweezers to kind of finish the job. Grab my little tweezers there. I mean, you can tell the difference. It's like the power of makeup. Whoa. So I'm going to go ahead and do kind of underneath the eye there. I usually don't like to apply too much color on that lower lid. I'm actually just going to use some of that lighter pink shade that we started out with and just buff it in there. The jets are flying over right now. Okay. Apply a little bit of mascara down there. so this is the finished eye look. So cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be right back to just talk about the look. All right, beautiful people, I am back. This is the finished look. It took me 8 minutes. I timed for you guys, so that way I could let you know how fast I can get it done without filming or chatting at the same time. Relatively easy, pretty quick eye look, and it has quite an impact because you're using, you know, pretty shimmers and that kind of thing. If you're not into shimmers, you don't have to use shimmers. I mean, you can apply this process to any shades that you're using. It'll get easier the more you practice, I promise. I hope you guys really enjoyed this look, enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.